In previous videos, I said that there was no a good and accepted definition of what a robot is, and then I prefer to do some kind of reverse engineering, trying not to give a definition, but to identify the traits or features that are usually present in what we call robots. And that's what we are going to do in this video. The starting point will be that of an agent, that is, an entity surrounded by an environment that that entity perceives and that entity acts on it. That's why it's an agent. On top of this concept of an agent, I will add 4 mandatory traits. I said they are mandatory because if they are not present, I will not consider that entity, that agent, as a robot. The first mandatory trait is that it is intelligent. But by intelligent, I don't mean that it's very sophisticated or that it uses artificial intelligence. By intelligent, I mean that that agent has an objective, something it has to achieve or to do, even survival. And its behavior, it's logical, it's coherent according to the environment or what the entity, the agent, perceives of the environment and its own objectives. That's what I mean by intelligent. The second trait is a simple one. It's artificial. We don't find it in the nature, in biology, but it's created by humans or by another machines. Third trait is that it is autonomous. That is, this agent is capable of working by itself without being handled or used by a human being. At least for some periods of time, it can work, let's say, alone. And finally, it is adaptable. That means that agent is capable of changing its behavior according to the environment or according to its objectives. And these 4 traits for me are mandatory. And although I've refused to arrive to a definition, I'd say that in the end, maybe we have here a definition. We could say that a robot is an adaptable, autonomous, artificial, intelligent agent. Anyway, let's give our attention only to the traits. But besides these 4 mandatory traits, I also identified 2 additional traits, which I will name it contributing. Because I don't think are completely necessary, but we tend to expect these traits to be present in what we call robots, and in some specific cases, it could even change our mind about if this is a robot or not. What are these 2 traits? First one is that we perceive them as units. And when I say unit, let's say something that is physically or logically enclosed, let's say. We are not thinking about distributed things or abstract things, but let's say some units. And finally, human likeness. When I say human likeness, I mean that we expect that these agents behaves in a way similar as humans do to achieve the same task. I'm not speaking about shape, about physical shape, but about behavior, the way the agent works. And I think that with the concept of agent, the 4 mandatory traits, and these 2 additional contributing ones, we can characterize that if one device or one machine is a robot or is not.